and welcome to another episode of The Forgotten here on Ggameknights. I'm your host and your dungeon master, Savvy, and we're here to play some dadgum Dungeons and Dragons. I'm going to keep adding words to it every week, I think, until I run out. What do you guys think about that? You think it'll add something to the show? I don't know that the show needs any more bits. Yeah, we're here to play Dungeons and Dragons, and we're back from like a week of not streaming. And I'm very excited to be here. I've had a whole week, and I'm just really glad this is happening to me today, to be honest. So yeah, we're gonna do the thing and play some D&D and have a really good time. But before we do, I'm gonna try to tell you a little bit about what's going on the channel this week, even though I have no idea. Generally, for the most part, I think this week is going to be our regularly scheduled events. We are live every day but Wednesday, and you can find our schedule, except this week we will be live on Wednesday. Dang, every time I remember to say it that way, I fuck it up. For the most part, we'll have a regularly scheduled stuff. Our schedule, if you're live with us on Twitch, is down below. Our faces on our drop page. It's also pinned to our Twitter. It's also on our Discord. Those links are here in the chat for you right now. They're also down below, so you can check them out. That's the best way to figure out what we're doing and when we're doing it. We got Tabletop Tuesdays tomorrow at 8 p.m. Eastern Time. And this week, sort of off schedule, it is this week, right? God, what day is it? It's, yes, the 15th. Wednesday, the 15th. I had to look at the calendar to make sure. We're having a little, we're calling it a makeup session, a little bonus episode of Saturday nights, except it's on a Wednesday, Star Power, because we haven't had that show in a long time because of travel, and we're not going to have it for at least a few more weeks regularly scheduled. So Wednesday, we'll be here with the Star Power crew playing Fate in a sort of anime-inspired universe. It's really fun. If you like Jujutsu Kaisen, JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, things like that, you will like this show. Thursday, we'll be here for premiere day of Elegant Creatures. We're going to be playing Urban Shadows. Friday, I don't really know what's going on beyond that. I assume it's all of our regularly scheduled stuff. We've got Neon Souls. We've got Saturday Nights Mistborn on Saturday. We've got Slang 201 on Sunday. Yeah, that's where we're at, I guess. So keep an eye out on all of our social media. We will tell you when we are scheduled to go or rescheduled, as we have been sort of during the holiday season here. We've also got a merch store where you can buy things that have things on them that we have said or have our logo on them. We've got mugs, we've got t-shirts, we've got tank tops, that kind of thing. So check that out. All of that comes here to support what we are doing, and lets us do more awesome fun stuff around the channel here. And then we've also got a store through Stream Elements. You earn XP every time you watch us here live, and you can spend it on fun stuff for our players, like loot drops and naming NPCs and healing and things like that. So yeah, do that. It's fun. We've gotten some really fun magic items out of those loot drops and some really fun NPC names and stuff as well. So I think that's all I'm gonna say. I'm gonna turn it over to my wonderful players and let them introduce themselves, tell you who they are, where you can find them on the internet. I think, Sid, can you hear us?
I can now.
Oh no.
I literally saw, I was looking down here of I think we're going to start soon. And then I looked up and saw chat and then saw that we were live and went, oh shit, I can't hear a goddamn thing. Wow. Can you hear my music? None of you all talking. Great. So,
we've been talking about cats for like 5 minutes.
I heard none of it, and I apologize.
Gosh.
I wasn't ignoring you. I literally heard nothing.
I should have asked if something was wrong since you didn't chime in, but you're here with us now.
I am.
And that's what's important. Tell us who you are and who you're playing tonight.
Okay, hi, I'm Christine Sid. You can find me on the Twitter as a Greek Sid, generally talking about the shenanigans here. I am here Mondays, Thursday, Friday, every other Saturday, and Sundays. This Thursday, we had to push things back because, life, the universe, and everything last week. So we do have our premiere of Elegant Creatures this Thursday at 8 o'clock Eastern. Should be a fun time. Check that out. Tonight, I am playing Marta, the Fearbog Warlock.
Wonderful. Morgan.
Hi, I'm Morgan, also known as Imaginatrix on the internet. You can find me at Imaginatrix on the internet, on Instagram, Twitter, all that cool stuff. I'm mainly a cosplayer, so if you're interested in that, check me out there. I'm here on Fridays, Sundays, and Mondays playing in games. But today I am playing Aurelio Carlin, also known as Leo, who is a half-elf druid, Circle of the Coast.
Wonderful. Sam.
Hi, everybody. My name is Sam. You can find me everywhere on the internet as Smackaroni on Twitter, Instagram, really wherever. I'm currently here on Mondays and Fridays playing in The Forgotten and Neon Souls. And tonight I am playing a tiefling bard who's the School of Lore named Gladness. And he is going to get in trouble.
Yeah, he is. Isn't he always? Val.
That's me. Hi, everyone. I am Val. You can find me at the Kraken's Crown on Twitter and Twitch. I'm here a lot. Thursdays through Mondays, usually. I'll be here on Wednesday this week, running the makeup session for Star Power. So come hang out for that. Otherwise, I run Neon Souls and Saturday Night's Mistborn as well. That's pretty much just here doing stuff like everyone else. But tonight I'm going to be playing Dr. Professor Pod Esquire the Fourth, who is a Kobold Soul Knife rogue.
Some of those words were true.
They were all true in some way, shape, or form.
In someone.
We've never gotten into Pod's backstory. You don't know.
Imagination.
I didn't
read
write
it.
Make it up as I go.
You super did write some backstory though. You can't lie on the internet.
That's me.
Wonderful. That's our cast of characters. We've already got. Wow, Weiss is bullying people in chat already. Just kidding. Automod keeps catching the weirdest shit that we've definitely said before. Though we've got a redemption in the chat already. It is an inspiration for Marta.
Thank you.
So,
chat.
one free reroll for wonderful Fearbog Warlock. All right.
You might need that.
We will see what happens. Are you guys ready to get started? Yeah. Let's play Dungeons and Dragons. Can't hear my own music. Sid, you're clearly hoarding all the music over there.
I heard music all day. I was sitting here jamming out to stuff. Like, I'm just sitting here, like, looking at notes, like, finishing a Christmas card. And then I looked up, and Savvy's mouth was moving, and I didn't hear any of it, and went, oh, fuck.
That's fine. You're not the only person that happens to. It might have been a dig at one of you. You don't know.
I know it was a dig at me.
Sorry, I'm being a jackass. Let's play Dungeons
What
and
else
Dragons
is new?
instead. Right? Previously on this show, The Forgotten, the brigade had a family dinner, and I personally enjoyed every second of it. After skulking around Leo's family estate and spending some time at the lake nearby, everyone sat down to eat with a few members of Leo's family. Some more welcoming than others, but all pretty okay folks. After a lot of questions and some sharing of some more personal information than maybe everyone would have liked, Leo had a heart-to-heart with her mother about her freedom and adulthood. Gladness followed up with the group about an invitation that Bast slipped to him, and after a bit of forgery work from Leo, they all made plans to attend a masquerade ball the next night, now aware that at least Joss, the person in the red robes with the tattooed face, might be attending. They donned their finery and set out for some reconnaissance, immediately splitting up in a different pattern than they had planned on. And while Marta and Leo made their way to the dance floor of the Bell estate, and Pod made his way into the shadows, Gladness was accosted by an old friend. Oh shoot, I gotta put the waltz back on. Well, I'm pulling that up. I think I do think I want to start with a little bit more of Gladness here. Yeah, let's put that back up. It's good for shenanigans. So Gladness, as a reminder for everyone, you have been approached by an old acquaintance. Maybe, I'm not sure what you'd call him. Probably nothing that should be repeated in polite company. An old acquaintance of yours in a black suit with a black half cape with gold lining and a golden fox mask, who has thrown his arm around you and squeezed you a little too tight and proceeded to be a little rude, some might say. Oron stands next to you, sort of squeezes you a little harder than you would like, and says, "So, what are you doing here?"
Enjoying the party, of course. We received an invitation. What are you doing here?
You received an invitation.
We sure did. The way we received it isn't important, but we did receive one.
Ah. So my suspicions are correct. You're not supposed to be here.
And you are?
Of course.
I thought the Carlin family didn't receive any invitations, so...
Oh, well, strictly speaking, we didn't, but some of the more distinguished guests are allowed to bring a +1 here and there.
Oh, so you're not really supposed to be here. You just got lucky.
At least I'm wanted here.
I don't think they know who I am, so they'll want me here once they do.
Well, you'll continue to have that problem the rest of your life, I'm sure.
Better be unknown than known and disliked.
Well, as far as I'm aware, there's really only one person here who dislikes me.
As far as you're aware.
So, genuine question. Why are you standing over here by yourself?
That I really can't answer. Had friends here with me, and they all seem to have gone off to do their own thing. And I didn't do that.
Well, differences of opinion, friendships tend to split, strong personalities and all that.
Sure, we'll call it that. If it makes you feel better.
Little makes me feel better than seeing you having a good time.
Likewise.
Well, this has been fun.
Say I'm laughing.
And I'm incredibly bored of you.
I was bored when you walked up, but it was wonderful of you to enchant me with such riveting conversation.
You don't have to be so sarcastic all the time,
I do. I know that.
And yet you continue to do so. I wonder what you're compensating for.
I'm gonna pretend that you're not here anymore. You just stop talking to him.
Well, your understanding of magic, I think, was all sort of tenuous at best. Have fun imagining, and I hope your friends come back. If they're really hit, did you imagine them too?
I told you I'm not talking to you anymore.
Aren't you? Aren't you?
You've
All
got a
right.
stain on your shirt.
It's black. You can't. Do I?
He does that.
You're a child.
It worked, didn't it?
Have fun. Sadness.
Yeah, that's a new one.
He just sort of walks away.
Wonderful. Oh, what good conversation.
It's a good
so
place.
much progress was made.
It's really sort of great, and I love it. It's a really good. I feel personally like it's a very good energy to start with.
Oh no, it's great.
He walks away from you and sort of makes his way out toward the dance floor, where Leo and Marta, I think, have been for a little bit. What were the two of you out here getting up to?
I think they were just dancing.
Yeah, unless she was pulled on to some other task. I think they're just dancing.
They're dancing a lovely waltz together.
Okay. You are having a wonderful time. Dancing your waltz, and all of a sudden, sort of the song starts to come to an end, and another starts to pick up. When Marta, you feel sort of a tap on your shoulder.
Hello? Not looking down at all, like looking
Down here.
at head height. Oh.
You see the same man standing in front of you, black suit, half cape, gold fox mask. Yes, I thought you might be one of my sister's friends.
Is there a Miss Fox then?
Leo, you see sort of doing this, sort of peeking around Marta's shoulder. You recognize him. You know what he looks a lot like you. A little bit taller, red hair sort of pulled back in a ponytail. Your brother.
Oron!
Nice
Oh my
to see
gosh! She hugs him.
you. Hi.
What are you doing here?
Oh, dancing, drinking, general debauchery, and saying hello to you. Where have you been? Well, I know where you've been, but where have you been?
Well, lots of places. We went down to Greenest, and we went through Elturel, and now we're here, and we're going to go to lots of places in the future too. So we're just kind of stopping through on our way to other stuff. But yeah. Why weren't you at dinner?
Well, in town having my jacket refitted.
Oh. I thought you were traveling with Father on his latest supply run.
Well, I was, and then I got horribly bored, and now I'm not.
Oh, that makes sense. Oh, did you see Gladness is here?
I did. We spoke already. Wonderful. So good to see him.
Yeah. Sure he was glad to see you too. This is Marta.
Marta, Oren Carlin. He sort of extends a hand. So, Gladness was telling the truth. You did bring friends.
Mhm.
Is this all of them then?
No, Pod should be around here somewhere.
Pod. Right. I don't know who that is. I'm sure they're lovely.
Mhm.
What are you all doing here?
Oh, well, none of them have been to a masquerade ball before, except for me and Glad, of course. And well, when we heard that there was one, I thought it'd be fun to take them to one.
So you're crashing a party because your friends have never been to one?
No, we were invited. Well, we got an invitation.
We have invitations.
Right. Gladness did mention something about that as well. Why are you here? You have to tell me.
I just told you.
You have to tell me for real.
Why?
Because she does. If she doesn't, it's entrapment.
What's entrapment?
It's an old traditional. Our father's Elven. It's sort of a long-standing.
It's an old elven thing?
Yes, tradition.
Yeah.
And as siblings, we tell each other things. And if we don't, it's entrapment, and that's bad.
Right. Pulls out her tome, starts writing this down.
Wait a second. Why are you here?
Yeah, don't you know this whole place is full of the dragon cultists?
Sorry?
Marta,
What?
ixnay on the Ultist K.
Cultists? You mean cultists?
Yeah, no, don't talk about that.
I
Oh.
knew it.
What'd you know?
I knew it. You're following them too, aren't you?
You mean you're following them?
There's a cult that worships dragons near my hometown. I'm not going to follow them. Who do you think I am?
Okay, that's fair. Well, we've kind of been following them since Greenest. We kind of infiltrated them for a little bit.
What? Well, now you really have to tell me.
It's like a really long story, and like,
Wait. He didn't say why he's here either. And so if you don't tell her, then that's entrapment too, right?
What Marta said.
Damn it, Marta, you've got me over a barrel.
I didn't pick you up or anything.
It's a figure of speech.
Oh. So is that good?
For you?
Mhm.
Well, and I suppose for me, depending on several things. We don't have to talk about those in polite company. Did you see it? The dragon at Greenest.
Yes.
And
It was big, and it roared, and it was dragon.
hopeless. Absolutely hopeless.
What about you? Do you see a dragon?
No. Not yet.
What'd you see then?
Strictly speaking, nothing. Things I've heard about. That's a horse of a different color.
Is that one a figure of speech too?
Mhm.
Can you just like talk regular?
What's wrong with the way I talk?
I don't get it.
Is that a me problem?
Well, yeah, if you don't want to be in entrapment.
I like you. Straight to the point. All right. Between us, though, there are some whispers, rumors, right? Dragons in the area. Obviously, at least one of them has shown up. You've seen it. And if it was as big as you say, dragons are very inherently sort of magical creatures, right? I think we can all agree on that premise, at least. Well, for a very talented, magically inclined person, such as myself, finding one could be quite the boon.
Wait, so are you're trying to find a dragon?
So it'll teach you magic tricks?
Well, I don't know that I'm planning on approaching a dragon and saying, please, may I be your magician's apprentice, but I mean, if they're right here, the implications of being able to study a dragon up close.
Oh, so are you like a druid or a ranger?
I'm many things. No, strictly speaking, not a druid or ranger. I don't
And-
particularly enjoy the woods.
Which is weird because we spent a lot of time of our childhood in them.
Well, I don't particularly enjoy the woods now.
I mean, you've always, been kind of.
What?
I don't
Kind of
know.
what?
You didn't like taking off your shoes and walking barefoot and like
No, I
running
like
around and
shoes.
swimming in the lake. And
No. My hair gets frizzy.
now, did you like the shoes that you kept at Mom's house?
I mean, I liked them insofar as I hadn't gotten rid of them. I mean, they were all really backups. But why are we talking about the shoes I left at Mom's house?
No reason.
That seems patently untrue, but I don't really feel the need to question it any further, if I'm being honest. You did see a dragon,
Yes.
a real live dragon.
Yep. I told you it was big and it was dragon and it roared and we met some half dragons and they were really cool and nice, kind
Half
of.
dragons. But here on the coast.
Two of them.
Yeah.
Okay. Anything? What color was it? What did it do? It's like pulling teeth with you, always.
You ask
big
a lot
one
of
was-
questions.
The big one was a black dragon, and the half dragons were black scaled and blue scaled.
I thought the big one was blue.
It might be.
Was it? I don't know. That's not remembering.
Because it was
Me not remembering. It was blue.
yes.
was blue.
Never mind.
So I thought-
It was blue.
Blah-blah.
It didn't really come up, is the thing. It kind of got bored and flew away. Because I don't want to deal with it.
That's what
No,
Marta
it
said.
was a very strategically planned out sequence of events. It was blue. Okay. Anything else you can tell me? I'm begging.
Okay, don't tell anyone this, but like We kind of, sort of, have some baby dragons, and
You have what?
shh.
I
Here?
thought we weren't talking about the babies.
Well, it's my brother. We can trust him.
Of course.
I don't trust anybody that doesn't like walking around barefoot in the woods.
I mean, that's fair, but like I trust him. He's my brother. Like we grew up together. It's fine.
The woods here are very dangerous. There's poison ivy. You've had poison ivy on your feet.
Yeah, like once a year.
Well, you're a stronger woman than I.
I mean, I was working out.
I can tell.
So,
Are they here? Are they here now?
where they are isn't important.
It seems very, very important to me specifically.
they're not here. We got a babysitter.
Leo. Where are they?
I'm not going to tell you that, but we got a babysitter and they're fine, and I'll show them to you later.
You didn't leave them with the crocodile, did you?
No. I mean, the crocodile, Gary would have been a great babysitter, but like,
Gary's real nice.
Sure. I'm sure the giant crocodile that lives in our lake is very nice. It would make an excellent babysitter for baby dragons.
I mean,
What are you talking about?
you haven't talked to him before.
No, I haven't talked to the crocodile.
Because you
Well, you
think
should.
speak
He's
with
a
animals
real-
is boring.
I do think
He's a
it's
very
boring.
good conversationalist.
They don't have. Fine. Fine. Later, then you owe me this. Seriously.
Yeah, I'll introduce you to them later.
Great. Wonderful. Lovely. Excellent. I'm so glad you're here.
I'm glad you're here too.
So, I have some business to attend to. Save me a dance?
Yeah, sure.
Great. Probably need the practice. Kidding. Lovely to meet you, Marta. I will see you all around. He makes his way away.
Hi, Oron. So that's my brother.
Can I say something and you won't get mad?
Sure.
Your brother's a horse's ass.
He's not that bad. I mean,
He was mean to you the whole time. He didn't say one nice thing.
I wouldn't say he's mean to me.
He made fun of your dancing. You're a real good dancer.
Yeah, I know I am. I don't know. It's just like the way he talks.
He talks like a horse's ass.
Yes. I mean, I don't know. He's just. I mean, he's a protective older brother, and he has
He wasn't being very
opinions
protective
and-
at all. He just left you here with somebody he don't know. I mean, I could be like a horrible, awful big monster for all he knows.
Marta, I don't think anyone's gonna ever think that of you.
I can be scary.
Yeah, you can.
Arr.
Yeah.
Hey,
Yeah. I don't think anyone's going to assume that of you.
well, all right. But still. I didn't like him.
You know, Glad doesn't like him either, and I don't really get it because they seem to get along really great. So
Well, he should learn to be nice to his sister.
I'll let him know.
Oh, I'll let him know.
Yeah, Um, did you want to keep dancing or like look at the hors d'oeuvres or?
Yeah, I could probably eat.
Yeah, me too.
Okay. The two of you make your way off toward the hors d'oeuvres and the drinks. Pod.
Yeah.
What are you doing?
The only thing Pod does in this group.
What's that?
Move the plot
Steal
along.
shoes?
Yeah. No, Pod was tailing the half dragons, right? Or I guess at least Resmir and Joss. Yeah.
Yes. So you have seen the
Yeah.
two of them. They made their way in a little bit after you. They are not together. They entered separately, a couple minutes apart, and have been sort of making their way around the party. Joss sort of more around, like sort of making his way around, mingling a little bit, being a little more as personable as he can be. Sort of a very reserved, sort of calm presence, but speaking to people occasionally. Resmir has mostly done what Gladness has done on the opposite side of the room and gotten a drink and stood at one of the tables, and it's just there, just sort of existing there for a bit.
Okay. If Joss is the one talking, if it looks like Resmir isn't like speaking with anyone, then that's who Pod will be following Joss around to try to overhear conversation.
Are you hiding, or are you just sort of blending in with the crowd?
Is trying to
You're
stay
3
out of
feet
sight.
tall and wearing a horrifying man mask, is what I'm saying.
Yes, I am. I don't know if that makes it if you're saying that makes it easier for me to hide or harder for me to hide.
I guess it depends on the kind of people that were invited to this party.
Are there a lot of 3 foot tall horrifying man masks? Is the entire serving staff look like Pod?
No,
Okay.
They don't.
Okay. Are the serving staff wearing specific masks? Are they wearing masks? Is this like a Squid Game?
It's exactly like Squid Game. They're all wearing tracksuits. And no, they are dressed in a like white formal attire. Sort of everyone's sort of wearing the same sort of side buttoned doublet, with in this very like light, it's like a periwinkle, like a light blue, with the crest of the Bell family on it. It's a large bell.
Okay. Yeah, I think we'll just try to overhear a little bit of Joss's conversation, see if there's anything interesting. Probably more like trying to blend it into the crowd at this point.
Okay. So this is real stealth, I guess. This is a kind of stealth, a social stealth.
Sure. Advantage on stealth checks.
Of course you do.
You know that I do.
I perpetually forget everything you guys can do. You know that.
It's a 24.
Let me just real quick. Don't. No one in this room has 1,000 perception. I don't know. I'm looking. Okay. You make your way through the crowd. Again, you're wearing a mask. You're wearing black. You are below most people's eye lines. Pretty easy for the most part. As long as you stay out of the way of people walking, nobody's really paying a lot of attention to anything that's happening sort of outside their social circle at this point. You follow a little behind Joss, sort of hiding, sort of leaning, behind maybe one of the standing tables, or kind of blending into the crowds that are surrounding. Joss is having an experience, I think that probably most of us have had at formal events or parties, where, like networking events, where he's basically having the same conversation over and over and over again. Because he is a little bit of an oddity on the Sword Coast. But he's wearing his standard sort of red robes. He's got the big gold headdress, and his sort of tattoos are running along his face. A lot of people introduce themselves to him. He sort of goes through introducing himself. There's a little bit of small talk, and then somebody inevitably asks about where he is from. He explains he is from Thay, which sort of lines up with the text on the invitation that Gladness showed you all. It was addressed to Joss of Thay, which he doesn't give a lot of explanation on sort of where this place is. Sort of says it's very far from the Sword Coast, but people seem to be, and he confirms this in sort of different ways, people seem to be just under the assumption that there is a lot of turmoil in his homeland, and that's sort of why they recognize him. Some give their condolences for the terrible things that are happening in Thay, and it's all very sort of the same sort of thing over and over. Some people are a little bit nosier, kind of asking like, how long has he been here, that kind of thing, and he deflects most of those questions. But it's basically that conversation sort of on loop. Go ahead and just roll me an insight check.
Okay. Uh, 17.
Okay. I think you can tell after sort of witnessing him have this conversation for like the fourth time. I think you can tell he is getting a little bit shorter with people, not rude, not unfriendly, but seems to be sort of ending the conversations earlier and earlier. Not out of like irritation or anything, but almost as if he realizes he's not going to get anything out of this. And so he sort of cuts it off, excuses himself, and makes his way through, and will sort of approach another group of people. Like he's sort of making his way around the room to talk to folks.
Okay. Almost like it seems like there's something he's looking for in these conversations that he's not getting.
Sure.
Okay. And Resmir is just still standing at the table.
Yeah.
Okay. Telepathically back to, I guess, Marta and Leo, because those are the two that Pod connected with. Marta, have you learned anything yet?
Oh, yeah. Leo's brother's here.
That's cool, I guess.
It's kind of not. I don't mean to be mean, but he's kind of mean.
Huh. Should I, like, do something about it?
I mean, if you want, it'd be kind of funny.
Which one is he?
He's in a fox mask. He's got long hair, long red hair like Leo's.
Okay, I'll keep an eye out for him. Hold, please. Connects with Leo. Leo, did you and Glad learn anything?
Well, Marta and I were dancing, and now we're getting food. I can see if Glad learned anything. Hold on, just 1 second. I'll be right back.
Wait, why are you and... I thought the whole thing was that you... Why did I...
Well, Marta wanted to dance.
Connects with both of them. This isn't the point of this. I should have done this with Glad if...
I'll go hang out with Glad. Hold on, 1 sec. goes to find Glad.
Glad is standing at the same table, looking extremely disgruntled.
Hi, Gladness.
Hey, Leo.
So, don't like freak out, but my brother is here.
Oh, I know.
Oh, good. You already saw each other then.
Yeah, we had a talk.
Was it a good talk?
They're always good talks.
Why do I feel like you mean the opposite of that?
He usually does. You left a line on.
This is not your conversation.
Are
So
you talking to Pod?
yeah, did you like learn anything?
I learned that Oren hasn't changed.
Yeah, he's kind of the same. Right. Yeah, so Glad didn't learn anything either. More learn some stuff about my brother, who's here, by the way.
Odd has found the leg of a table and is just like very quietly hitting his head against it, like so frustrated.
Tell Pod to steal his shoes.
Wait, what?
Tell Pod to steal his shoes.
No, I'm not gonna tell Pod to steal his shoes.
Steal whose shoes?
Steal Oren's shoes!
Will you be quiet? You're gonna draw attention to ourselves.
The people at the table next to you are like,
And Glad goes, oh, it's not like you weren't being loud 2 minutes ago. At the people next to them.
Anyway, Pod, if you see someone with hair like mine but a little bit darker and like a fox mask, just like make sure that they're like okay. Because I know there's dragon cultists here, and I want to make sure my brother doesn't get in any trouble.
Oh, okay. Yeah, sure. I can keep an eye out for him.
Why would Oren be getting into trouble? I mean, he always is, but why specifically here?
He's not always in trouble. I mean,
You didn't go to school with him.
it's not. Anyway, it's not my fault that I couldn't go to your boarding school and stuff. Anyway, he just is like really overly interested in dragons right now for some reason. I don't know. And he said he's following the
Weird.
cult too.
That's really weird. Last I talked with him, he wasn't super into anything that he had to work for.
He does plenty of work. What?
Like what?
Yeah, he helps my dad sometimes. He helps my mom sometimes.
Mhm.
He's a very good businessman sometimes. Like,
Mhm. And what does he do?
you know, he like studies magic and stuff,
And
and
how does that help with business?
magic always helps with business.
I mean, it can, but I don't know.
I don't know. What are you? Why are you following a dragon cult?
We're all following a dragon cult.
Yeah, why are any of us following a dragon cult?
Because they're trying to hurt people.
Yeah,
and we're
so why
trying to
can't Oren?
stop?
Why can't Oren be following a dragon cult to be trying to stop them from hurting people?
Did he say he was?
No, but I didn't ask.
Mm-hmm.
Or did I? I don't know. He didn't give me an answer. The point is, you dislike him for seemingly superficial reasons, and you need to grow up.
I need to grow up? I'm the one that needs to grow up in this situation? Me? The one who actually left the Carlin family and was trying to make his own living? That me?
I'm just saying that you're always so petty about, I don't know, things that happened when you were in school together.
In the background of this lovers' quarrel, Marta leaves the food table and walks up to Joss of Thay to ask them to dance.
Okay.
Just somewhere else in the ballroom, it's thud, 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 thud.
Continue.
So you're saying I'm the one that needs to grow up?
I'm just saying that if you guys could like put aside your differences because you're kind of similar in some ways, that you probably would get along.
I will put away my differences with Auron the second that he admits that he is a pompous, privileged, overblown jackass.
Do you think I'm pompous and privileged?
No, because you don't act the same as he does.
I think you're just mad that he caught you stealing from me.
If he hadn't caught me stealing from you, you would have never met me.
Yeah.
So no, I'm not mad about that.
Oh, okay. So you're glad that he did that.
I mean, I'm not glad that I got caught. This is a stupid conversation. This is not what we're here to be doing. We are supposed to be here finding out information about a dragon cult. Your stupid brother distracted me with, like he always does. Now in school and for everything, for any other reason, we're supposed to be doing something. Let's do that thing that we're supposed to be doing.
I just mentioned my brother and you went off on a whole thing about you.
As you guys continue to have this argument, Leo says this in Gladness. You feel sort of a very gentle sort of hand just like lay on your shoulder. And you turn and look, and there's just like this really old man who was at the table next to you and has now made his way over to you and sort of just laid his hand on your shoulder.
Can I help you, sir?
Just kind of pats it a little bit, has like a twinkle in his eye, and he takes his hand down, puts it back on the cane that he's walking with. You know, I used to be like you.
Devilishly handsome and good at everything.
I know I don't look it, but you'd be surprised. But you want to keep a lady like that, that attitude's going to get you in a lot of trouble, Sonny. He just starts walking away.
Wait,
we're not.
Compromise! And he just keeps walking.
What? Why do people keep saying things like that?
I don't know. It's so weird.
And as you both sort of turn and watch him go, you see, cutting a rug in the middle of the dance floor, Marta, and a familiar figure in a red robe and a gold headdress. But I want to rewind back just a minute because I do want to know how that started. Obviously, I'm not going to say no to it. But you're probably wondering how we got here. So Marta, while this is happening, you've sort of had some hors d'oeuvres. Leo hasn't come back. Her and Gladness are arguing. Pod's banging his head against the table. And you see Joss, who for a second is by himself, has sort of made his way over to the next table down, and is getting, I don't know, like a glass of fancy wine. Sort of takes a sip, takes a breath, and is just standing there. And you approach. Mm-hmm. What do you say?
Hi. Are you having fun?
Oh. Yes, I am. You look familiar.
I do?
Have we met?
I don't think so.
Well, I suppose I'd probably remember.
I'm pretty tall.
Extraordinarily so. Joss, he sort of gently kind of puts out a hand.
I'm Marta.
Marta, nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too. You sure you're having fun? You look kind of tired.
Well, the nature of my work is difficult and often draining, so I do find myself tired. But yes, it's nice to be around people. I've been traveling quite a while. Change of pace.
Oh, yeah. Me and my friends, too. We do a lot of traveling. Are you too tired to dance?
No, I don't think so.
Well, come on. I know this one.
All right. And he drains a little bit more of his wine, kind of sets it down, and follows you out onto the dance floor.
It's a jig of some kind. Marta gets super into it.
Something. What do I have for this? Obviously, it's everybody's favorite song, Fiddles McGinty.
Of course.
As a jaunty tune starts to play, and Marta gets very excited, and Gladness memories flow through you of the ill-fated bard battle on the other side of the room. So Marta, you get pretty into it. Joss, I think, is a little hesitant at first, but very, very polite. Sort of watches you for a bit and starts to, in a more sort of muted, kind of calm way, try to follow your steps. But he moves very gracefully and picks up on them pretty quickly.
There you go. You're getting the hang of it. Now, when we get to the turn, you can give a little kick. It makes it fun.
No, I'll try. He tries and succeeds, I guess, and is smiling. Not a big wide grin by any means, but sort of gently, sort of corners of the mouth turned up, and he sort of talks over the music a little bit. So, what brings you to an event such as this?
Well, I got an invitation, so I came.
Are you local from the area?
For now.
Oh, a traveler then. Excellent. Well, kindred spirits.
You travel a lot then?
I do. Yes, I'm very far from home.
Me too. But sometimes that's what you need to do, right? To figure out where you're supposed to be?
Yes. Yes, it is. And you, Marta, have you figured out where you're supposed to be?
For now, I think so.
That's all we can ask for, isn't it?
Yeah, I guess.
Good. He continues to dance.
Or small talk.
Some more small talk as I'm talking about the party. The sort of upbeat song comes to a close. There is some polite sort of clapping, and Gladness and Leo, and probably Pod at this point, because it's hard to miss them. All see this happening.
Oh god.
I don't know what I expect anymore.
Oh no.
Psychically to Marta, just says, "Is he saying anything interesting?"
Looks, waits till they're like turned away. Just say he's traveling.
You don't have to say it out loud. You can just think it back.
She did.
Oh.
But while she was thinking it
Okay.
back, she
I
went,
was assuming that she was that she was turning away.
it was in her head, but she also can't concentrate on more than one thing at a time, so waited till the back was turned and went. I thought it in her head.
I get the impression that he wants something. If you can figure out what that is, maybe we can figure out why they're here.
Okay. I'll see what I can do.
Okay. And Pod is gonna go try to find Oron.
Okay. Let's stick with Marta for sort of the resolution of this, and then we'll just figure out what the heck Pod is about to do. Yeah, so Marta, you finish up this conversation with Pod. The dance is slowed to sort of a traditional waltz. Joss is sort of bowed very gently to you as your dance ends. Says, "Well, Marta, that was delightful. Thank you."
My pleasure. So you are having fun?
Yes.
Well, me too.
Good.
I'm sorry. This might be, I don't know, forward or I don't know, but are you looking for something?
Aren't we all?
I don't know. Just something tells me you're searching.
You have a keen eye. Yes, I'm looking for something. Someone, in fact.
Well, I'm real tall. I can see over crowds. You want to tell me what they look like?
Well, if you've been invited to their soiree, I would think you know what they look like. Do you not find it odd that the party's gone on this long and our hosts have yet to show themselves?
Oh, the bells?
Yes. Do you know much about them?
They're one of the fancy families in town.
Fair enough. Just a thought I had. Perhaps I'm behind on the times. Customs change, that sort of thing.
She gets a mischievous smile on her face. I can go upstairs and look, see if they're hiding.
I suppose you could. I suppose it would be irresponsible of me to encourage you to do so.
I hear a big old butt coming.
But it would be nice to know what they're getting up to, these the fancy folk, as it were.
I'll be going to the little furbolg's room.
Of course.
She'll do a little curtsy, and then she'll turn and start heading toward the staircase. Yeah. Nonchalantly.
Very nonchalantly. He sort of bows his head to you and starts to make his way off the dance floor. Goes to the drink table, picks up his drink, or another drink, since I think I said he finished the last one. I don't know. It's not important to the story. Why do I care? He gets some champagne and makes his way sort of to the other side of the room to speak to Resmir. We'll come back to Marta in a moment. Pod.
Yes.
What you doing?
I was looking for Oron.
He's not hard to find.
Cool.
His outfit's got lots of gold on it. And he looks a lot like Leo.
There are two things I want to do. I don't know if I could do both.
So, nope, it's against the rules of Dungeons and Dragons. You can't do two things. It's impossible. You can do one thing, you can do three things. That's it.
I want to pickpocket him. I also want to talk to him.
Okay, in that order?
I'm trying to figure out what the best order is going to be.
Yes, it depends on what you're pickpocketing. Because if it's shoes,
No,
I have a suggestion.
It's not trying to steal his shoes. No, I think we'll talk to him first.
Okay. How do you approach him?
Silently, kind of settle,
Sure.
like to get up beside, and then just to start speaking kind of offhandedly to him, very mysteriously.
Okay. You sort of sidle around a column as he's getting something to drink. So lean up against it very mysteriously next to him. He does not see you approach or hear you. What do you say?
I hear you're looking for dragons.
Oh, what? Oh, hello? Can I help you?
Maybe. You're following the cult, aren't you?
I'm sorry, I have no idea what you're talking about.
Well, then, if I say that two very important people that belong to the cult are in this dining hall right now, then that won't mean anything to you.
Listen, if this is a religious thing, my mother tried that. Didn't stick.
I'm just saying, if you're interested in dragons, there are two people here that know a lot about them.
Make a persuasion check.
This is not gonna go well.
Don't forget you have a plus.
Oh, I do have an extra +1, right?
It's more
Is
than
it
that, but I
+3?
think it's 3.
+3. Okay.
It's 3.
That cancels out my -1.
Because of the masks.
Oh, that's a 17.
Oh, shit. Okay. Didn't expect that one.
15 -1 +3.
Congratulations, you've done it. He has sort of like started to walk away, stops, takes a sip of wine, kind of settles back against like the other side of the column, so you're now like perpendicular to each other. Who are you?
Someone with mutual interests.
Oh, yes, all very mysterious and businesslike. Who are you?
Why does it matter?
Because I don't do business with people I don't know.
You can call me Mike.
Mike. Interesting name.
Duke Mike Michelson.
Okay. Titles then. Lord Aron Carlin.
Now that that's out of the way, if I pointed these people out to you, what would you do?
Well, I don't see why that part's any of your business.
Then I'll bring my business somewhere else.
Oh, to who?
I'm sure there are lots of people that like to know what this, what these very well-informed people might know about dragons and their associated secrets.
A cult that most people don't believe exists.
But you do.
Let's say I do. And that I believe you are Duke Mike Michelson, whoever that is. and that you know these high-ranking members of this cult that doesn't exist are here, this party, and that you can point them out to me. Why?
Why would I tell you, or why are they here?
No, why would you tell me?
Maybe it's because I want the answers too. Not really a part of this, not really was well ingrained in this, society event as you seem to be. You know the right people to talk to. Maybe you'd get more headway with them than I would.
What's the price on this information from a duke?
Quid pro quo. You learn what you want, and you tell me what you learn.
Somehow I doubt that's true.
I don't know why you'd have any reason not to believe me.
All right. Quid pro quo.
Over by the hors d'oeuvres table. You know, the thing with all the snacks on it. I've heard them use that word.
Yes, I do know what hors d'oeuvres are.
Yeah. One with.
Or did you mean table?
One with the big gold mask. And the tall lady with the black mask.
Yes, I had my suspicions.
His name is Joss. Hers is Resmir.
Oh. That's Joseph Day.
You know about him?
Many people seem to.
Heard anything?
Bits and pieces. Depends on how much you know about Faye.
Never been there.
Well, based on the rumors coming out of it, you wouldn't want to.
And why?
It's a terrible, war-torn land full of monsters and terrible wizards and liches and horrible things. They were taken over by a tyrant and people are escaping. How do you not know this?
That doesn't seem too out of place for me. I'm not really hearing the big problem. That's kind of like everywhere.
Right. Remind me to stay away from wherever you're the Duke of.
Right. Well, Joss of they and Resmir of somewhere are like very important to the operations of this cult. They know
Good
things.
to know. Oh. I suppose soon we'll know things. Mike.
Yes, we will. Or on. Well, good luck.
Sorry, I thought you were going to mysteriously disappear or something.
Why would I do that?
You mysteriously appeared. You're not going to finish the bit. Sort of showmanship. You have to.
Well, now
bit
that you
has to
said
come
something,
to
that
fruition.
feels kind of like you're asking me to perform, and I don't do that. No, you go do your thing. I'll wait here.
What is
Chop
it?
chop.
What, are you new? No professionalism among performers these days. All right. Well, I'll do it then. He tosses his cape, walks dramatically away.
When he tosses his cape, Pod eyes to see if there's a coin pouch or anything on his belt.
He's got a fancy wallet on a chain.
He's got a chain wallet. Okay, I didn't realize we were in the 90s.
Yes, the 1490s.
Okay. Pod tries to, like, as he's kind of rolling off the pillar, it's on a chain, tries to, like, just snip wherever the chain is connected to. Oh, I can't hear you.
I hit the button too many times.
Okay.
Everyone panic. This is the perfect time to panic. I'm lost. Andy is gone. Two things. First thing, we have a redemption from the chat. Thank you, Weiss. Is a inspiration for Pod or Duke Mike Michelson.
Oh, thank you.
So that's one free reroll for you as well. Hang on to that. Second thing, roll sleight of hand.
Okay. Damn, I can't roll decent for a sleight of hand. I'm gonna use one of my psionic.
Is your cat
die.
okay?
I don't know. He's just screaming out there. That's a 20. Yeah, that's right. 7 plus 13. Yeah, 20. I rolled a 3.
Oh, I lost his damn character sheet. Where did I put him? Oh, there he is. Yeah, okay. You reach up very quickly, sever the pouch from the very fine looking but very thin chain that's holding it to his belt, tuck it into a pocket, and he dramatically walks away, none the wiser.
Sucker. Tucks it in the pocket. And I guess we'll telepathically to Marta and Leo, wherever they are, whoever they're talking to. Just be like, all right, I got Oran to go talk to them. I'm gonna see what happens.
Wait, you what?
I got Oran to go talk to Resmir and Joss.
Why would you do that?
I don't know.
Hey, Pod, you want to
kidnap
you
him or
want to help
something.
me? You want to help me go sneak upstairs to the Bell
Yeah, I
Estate and
do.
see why they're not down here? All
Wait,
right.
Yes.
That's what
what-
Joss wanted. Joss is looking
Okay.
for the bells. So let's go.
But-
Marta, Marta and
What-
I will go do that. Leo and Gladness
No.
watch Oran.
But
Pod
okay.
What's Pod saying? What's happening?
We need to keep an eye on my brother because Pod, for some reason, got him to talk to Resmir and Joss.
I am sorry, they what?
Yeah, I don't know who told Pod to do that or put it in their head to talk to Oran. Anyway, I guess we should just go and keep an eye on him.
Yeah, definitely. Oh God, he's gonna talk to Resmir. Oh God, he's gonna talk to Resmir. Yeah, we should definitely keep an eye on him.
Yeah.
Oh God. Oh no.
Pod scuttling across the dance floor towards Marta and counting their earnings.
75 gold.
Sweet.
Okay. Leo and Gladness. You watch after a couple of minutes. Oron. Very. So now he's at my door. What do you want? There's having a cat problem in our house. You watch Oron. Very subtly. If you weren't looking for it, probably wouldn't know what he was doing, and skillfully. Sort of make his way around, talk to a couple of other people, very personable. You can see him watch Resmir for a while, clock what she's drinking, wait until she is almost through with it, make his way to the drink table, get 2 of them, and head over towards where she is standing by herself.
This is super uncomfortable. Do we have to watch this?
I mean, would you rather not know what he's doing?
No. I wouldn't.
Are you staying where you are?
I want to try to get closer so I can hear.
Okay. It says. Are you trying to?
Because I don't want to be seen by either of them. Because 2 of them know what I look like.
Yeah. Let's have a stealth.
Oh boy! Oh boy.
I'm gonna say. So tell me if I'm wrong. This is less of a, for Gladness, I think specifically, this is less of a like, I'm gonna skulk around and hide behind people, and more of a like, I'm gonna I'm gonna do an Assassin's Creed and walk it exactly.
Yes, absolutely. It's like like blending in with people and like looking like he's talking to somebody else and like, you know, that kind of thing.
Roll stealth, use your charisma.
Heck yeah.
Plus whatever the mask gives you, because I think I just said charisma checks because I'm
You
a
did.
monster. Yes.
15.
Okay. Check. Da, da, na, na, da, 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 na, na. What is K? I don't know why I keep closing out of these character sheets. You said 15? Okay. Okay. Gladness, you make your way sort of through the crowd. I think probably employing some similar techniques, right? Stop at the table, get an hors d'oeuvre, get a drink, whatever, sort of make your way through, say hi to a couple of people that you've seen sort of at tables near you. Very personable. And kind of halfway to join a conversation that you don't really have to pay that much attention to. So you are sort of nearby and can sort of hear, probably not all of it word for word, but enough that you can sort of get the gist of what's going on over the music and everything. The conversation between Resmir and Auron. Leo, are you doing anything? I'm so scared for all of you right now.
Leo is watching this in abject horror.
Okay, that's such a valid reaction. So am I, honestly. And I'm doing it. So, Leo, you watch. You sort of keep an eye on your brother as he makes his way over to Resmir. That is Reginald's character sheet. I don't need him. He's not here. Reginald, get out. No one likes you.
Problem is that everyone likes Reginald. That's really the issue.
Problem. And Gladness, I think you get the gist of a conversation between Resmir and Auron. At first, she seems completely disinterested in sort of anything that he has to offer, almost to the point of ignoring him when he
Very pleased by that.
first approaches. He passes her the drink anyway, sort of takes a sip of his, tries his hand at making a little bit of small talk. She doesn't bite at first, and then I think you don't hear really what he says, but you see him, I think both of you see him sort of lean in, and sort of mutter something under his breath, and sort of taps his the mask that he is wearing, and kind of looks at her, sort of waiting for a response. And I think you can see her demeanor shift a little bit. She runs a hand over the black dragon mask that she is wearing, and the conversation opens up just a bit more. They start to talk a little bit about dragons are mentioned. I wouldn't go so far as to say he's like picking her brain, but I think you can tell he's like clearly very interested in her like background and like history with dragons. She is kind of loath to give any of that up. And the conversation after that very quickly sort of turns to magic and different sorts of enchantments. It's a pretty academic conversation. And Oran is holding his own for the most part, but I think you can tell he is very much like sort of digging for details, and a lot of his interest seems to be centered on this mask that she's wearing.
Oh, I don't like the decision that I'm trying to not make. Okay. Glad's gonna walk back to Leo. Oh boy.
Okay.
Leo, I think there's something special about the masks. Specifically Resmir's.
What do you mean? Something special about Resmir's mask?
Well, they seemed to be talking. I mean, I couldn't hear exactly what they were saying, but from what it looked like, Oren's interested in magic. They were talking a lot about that, and the mask just came up a lot. Resmir's specifically. Oren seemed to have some shit with his too. I don't know, but I mean, so do we.
So do we get the masks from them, or?
Well, from experience, Resmir's not the easiest person to get stuff away from. But we could try.
That seems like a bad idea.
Well, what do you think we should do?
One second. And Leo ducks behind a pillar, turns into a mouse.
Okay.
And scurries over to where they're talking.
Okay. So in the middle of this conversation, Leo, you duck around a pillar, wild shape into a mouse, and you scurry, sort of ducking underneath tables and tablecloths and keeping out of the way of people's feet, over to your brother and Resmir, where they are having some sort of conversation. I think we should go ahead and take our break, because I think a lot of things are now about to happen that are going to be very scary for me personally. So yeah, let's go ahead and take a quick break. Oh, my Spotify just full on frozen now. Cool, thanks guys. Well done. There we go. So thanks everybody for hanging out with us so far. We're going to take a quick break and we will be back in a short few minutes to see what happens next. So stick around. We'll see you soon. And welcome back, Internet. Thanks for hanging out with us during our break. We are refreshed and ready to get back to partying, and my instinct is like, put on a different song. You know I'm not going to. Waltz is my absolute favorite thing right now. It'll get sneaky in a little bit, I'm sure. Leo, let's pick back up with you. So you've wild shaped into a mouse.
Yep.
And have made your way across the party floor to where your brother and Resmir are continuing their conversation. What are you doing?
I'm just gonna try and because they're by a table, right?
Yes, probably like a standing, like a little standing table.
Yeah, I'm gonna try and hide so that I'm beneath the tablecloth so that they can't see me.
Okay.
Because they probably wouldn't do anything. I don't want to cause a scene for being a mouse in some rich people's house. So.
Okay. Go ahead and roll stealth.
Okay. Let's see. Oh gosh. So many tabs. Oh. Hold on. That's a 10.
Okay. I have some questions for you. Yeah. How? So Oron is pretty. I'm not gonna say that. I'm gonna phrase it as a question because it's a question. How familiar is Oron with sort of your whole steez, your whole style of magic?
I think she started picking it up after she left home. So he knew that she had an interest in druidry, but doesn't know how much she's progressed in that.
Okay. So it would he would not see a little mouse and maybe assume it was you. Cool. Good to know. Just in case, for no reason.
Okay.
Okay. So you make your way under the table, and you hear obviously there's a lot of sounds. The music is playing, and you hear sort of bits and pieces more of this conversation that is coming down from around you. Are you just saying to listen?
Yep.
Okay. I think you pick up the next bit of this conversation. It seems to have taken a turn towards Oron's using his business boy voice is what I'm going to call it. It's sort of taken a turn towards business. He's a little bit more serious, but still very cordial, trying to make friendly conversations or a friendly business transaction. You hear Resmir mention that she is traveling up to Waterdeep, and that they have stopped in Baldur's Gate, like most merchants do, she sort of makes very clear, like most merchants do, to sort of hire on some extra guards, replace any that they had lost. And they will be leaving probably within the next day to continue on their business. And I think you hear your brother sort of weaseling, sort of dealing a little bit, trying to figure out exactly what her business is. He's not really getting anywhere. She's not very forthcoming with that information. So that's sort of where they are at.
I think Leo's just gonna telepathically talk to Pod for a second.
Okay.
Hey, Pod.
Yo.
Yeah, I don't know what you thought you were doing when you had my brother talk to Resmir, but he's not getting anything.
Well, that's disappointing. They're not like threatening to kidnap him or something and take him back to their secret base.
Is that what you were hoping would happen?
Kind of, yeah.
Why would you want them to kidnap my brother?
So we'd know where their secret base is.
Well, then why don't we have them kidnap one of us?
They know us.
Yeah, so they'll kidnap us.
Well, I don't want anything bad to happen to any of us.
But you want something bad to happen to my brother?
I don't know your brother.
But he's my brother.
Do you like him?
Yeah.
Oh. That wasn't the impression I got, I'm sorry.
From who?
Like anyone.
Did someone tell you that I don't like my brother?
No, I just got the impression no one liked your brother.
He has a personality.
A bad one.
Let's not put labels on things.
Okay.
Anyway, well, why don't I just turn back into myself and then just see if they'll kidnap me?
That's just, let's hold off on that.
Okay.
Marta and I are going to sneak upstairs and see what's going on with the belle of the ball.
Did you just make a pun?
No. Is that a pun? If so, then yes.
Yes, it's a pun. Good job.
Cool. It's a pun. Good. I got one. All right. Cool. Well, I'm glad your brother isn't dead.
Yeah, me too.
I'm going
Have
into a
fun.
tunnel. Hold on. Bye.
Okay, bye.
Okay.
Just stays under the table for a while to see if she gets anything.
Okay. Yeah, you stay under the table for a while. Oran sort of continues to try to get information out of Resmir. She's not super forthcoming. She does mention at one point that she is here directly at the invitation of the Bells. So do with that information what you will. But yeah, you wait for a while. Oran eventually sort of ends the conversation, I think sort of realizing that he's gotten what he's going to get. Thanks her for the drink, says that he will be in touch, and walks away.
Just gonna scurry back to the pillar, turn back into myself.
Okay. All right. Leo, you make your way back over to Gladness with this information. Let's hit. Click, please. Thank you. Marta and Pod, who have met up, presumably, I don't know, like at the top of the grand staircase.
Seems right.
Okay. Yeah. All right. So the two of you make your way up. What's the plan?
So that's what Joss was looking for. They were wanting to know what's going on with the bells.
Okay. So we should find them and see what they're doing and why the dragon cult wants them.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
So,
Well.
do you want to be sneaky and then I can make myself look like one of those folks in like the light blue with the thing on their chest?
Yeah, I mean, it's a big house. It's going to be hard for me to sneak around on my own, so maybe we split up, see what we can find.
Okay.
Okay.
Looks for another well-placed pillar. Ducks behind.
These are rich
Pillars
people.
everywhere.
These are rich people. They have a lot of those.
I don't think this one even supports anything. It's just like right here in the middle of the room.
I don't understand why they like pillars so much.
I don't know. They're just tall. Ducks behind one and turns herself into the most like bland looking human that she can manage with the livery on.
Okay. You turn yourself into a pretty tall but human-sized.
She can shrink too.
human.
She can shrink up to.
You can shrink like. Oh, that's a lot. Okay.
Fearbulks is it's a thing.
Dang.
So yeah.
So yeah.
So,
the
average
most human-y human.
of humans.
The most
I'm Josh
unassuming- I'm Guy Human. You turn yourself into a human. With what are you wearing?
She'll have looked at like the livery that they were wearing downstairs, the bell thing with the periwinkle or whatever, and make it look like she's wearing.
Okay. So like one of the serving staff.
Mhm.
Great. All right. To recreate it. And Pod, I assume you go hide somewhere.
Yes, sorry, I need to raise my cowl so that everybody knows I'm sneaking.
You crouch slightly and no one can see you.
Yes, exactly.
The large eye at the top of the screen closes.
Okay.
Step into the shadows and then crouch.
Yeah, and then no one can see you. Okay. Before I have anybody roll anything, where are you going?
Or is it just 2 stories?
From the outside, I think I said it was 2. I think I said it was a very big house with like sort of a sprawling manor house that has the 2 levels. So both of them exist in this ballroom. Sort of went up the stairs to get into the main sort of entranceway, and the grand staircase goes down to the dance floor, and then there's also that like edge. It's like a balcony. There's standing room sort of around the edge, sort of looking down from all sides into the ballroom. So yeah, technically you would be on the 2nd floor.
Is there like a hallway that like goes away from the party?
Not in here. I think the 2 of you can make your way back out into like the main antechamber, like the entrance hall. And there are a couple of doors out there that you could potentially make your way down.
Yeah, I think if we're gonna... if there's a chance to split up and check multiple rooms, we can do that. Otherwise, Pod will sneak and Marta will do her thing. I didn't know if we wanted to split up and do like you take the east wing and I'll take the west wing or something, or if this house is more linear.
Would it make more sense to have Pod at least scout ahead and see if we're looking at like empty bedrooms or like the very crowded kitchens?
Yeah,
And then
that's a good point.
and then come back and let Marta know what we're looking at, and then we can cover more ground that way.
Sure.
All right.
Pod will do that.
Pod scouts
Okay.
ahead.
You scout ahead. So there are guards posted at the doors that lead into different parts of the palace. I mean, you all have been here for a while. You've sort of seen enough comings and goings. You can sort of tell like which side of the hall essentially the serving staff are going into and coming out with more food. So you imagine probably off to if you're sort of facing the front door, sort of off to the left is probably kitchens and things. Off to the right, there's another door heading off into the house somewhere. There are guards posted at it. So it's your choice.
There are guards posted at it.
Yes.
It seems to me that if there are guards somewhere, that's probably a place that we want to check out.
Yeah, that makes sense to me.
Do you think you could convince them to leave? Or I can set something on fire.
Let's say that's plan B.
Okay.
Maybe I can convince them to go check on something in the kitchens.
Okay.
What's a good lie to get them to run to the kitchens? A big, masked villain broke into the kitchens and is slashing it up with a big sword.
What about there's a burglar in the kitchen?
That works.
Okay.
Okay.
Marta will dash over from the direction of the kitchens to the guards that are standing outside the doors.
Okay.
We could use a little help in the kitchens. There's somebody like stealing stuff.
Sorry, what?
He came in like the back door and he's just like taking stuff. Can you help?
Can I have you roll deception
Sure.
against his insight?
Alright. And I still have my mask on. So it's +3.
Yes.
The mask is under the illusion so that it's
No, yeah, it's still there.
I love it.
Ooh, that's not bad. Okay, so it's a 16 plus 3 from my deception is
Okay.
19 plus 3 from the mask is a 22.
Good. He rolled a 4.
Woo!
So, with advantage, rolled a 15. Couldn't think of any reason to give it to him. So yeah, that's plenty. Yeah, I think as he questions you, the other guard immediately sort of elbows him and is like, what are you doing? Like, we have to, this is our moment. And he's like, what are you talking about? We never just do anything. We're never gonna get that promotion. We gotta, and he just starts dragging him towards the kitchens. Leaving the door unguarded.
Marta will turn her back toward the door and reach her hand behind to see if it will open.
It does.
Excellent. She will open it a crack and stepped through.
Okay.
It's open.
Pod slips in behind. Yeah, I saw that was really good.
Thanks.
Alright. The two of you slip in and shut the door behind you. You find yourselves in I guess I can close their character sheet because they were bested.
This is the moment.
This is his moment in the sun. He's gonna get fired. You guys feel bad?
No.
They'll
Maybe
never know.
there really is a burglar in there. Who knows? A twist of fate.
A gab.
So
All guards are bad.
are you proud of that one?
Yes.
I wasn't expecting it. That got me. That was good.
So you make your way through this door into a long hallway. It is very, again, like the rest of the house, white marble, very high ceilings. There are some columns along here. And there are sort of scattered sort of every so often these very large wooden doors. There's like 4 of them down this hallway, and then the end of the hallway, you can see there is a corner, and it sort of goes off to the right. It's a very long hallway with a lot of doors. This is all I'm saying.
Are there keyholes we can peek through, like Dishonored style?
Of course there are.
Then Pod just going down one side of the hall and peeking through all of the keyholes.
And
Okay.
Marta goes down the other and takes a lot longer because she has to bend halfway over to look into the keyholes.
Yeah.
See, I'm imagining Podis like hang off the doorknob and like lift themselves up, peer through.
And Marta has to like kneel down and...
This house is very inaccessible.
Extremely.
If you're trying to spy on people, I'm thinking about, see, now you guys have me thinking about like the logistics of how disguise self actually works, because Marta looks like she's like what, like 5 something,
Mm-hmm.
but still actually is like over
7 something. Yeah.
So
her
if you're
head.
leaning down to look through the hole, is your head like way back here? I hate this and I don't want to think about it anymore. You don't think about magic too hard, kids. It'll ruin your whole day. The 2 of you sort of make your way down, looking through the keyholes through these rooms. You see at least one bedroom, pretty nicely furnished, probably a guest room of some sort. There are a couple of rooms. One of them looks to be like a small library. You keep making your way down. You don't see anybody in any of them. It all seems pretty standard. One of them is like a sitting room, like you might go to have tea. You keep making your way down, and you make your way around the corner. And at the end of the hall, there is one large door as well. So you keep going through, checking. You don't see anybody in any of the rooms until you make your way to the end of the hallway, and you, Marty, sort of lean over and look in the keyhole of this room, and you see a couple of people. It looks like a study, like an office of some kind, from what you can tell. I mean, there's not like a lot of peripheral vision looking through a keyhole. You can see sort of straight in. There are lots of shelves, books, scrolls, that kind of thing. There's sort of a fireplace with a fire burning low in it. And you see 2 people, almost identical. They are tall, sort of thin, very angular features, these very long, pointed ears, both pretty young looking. They have like very, very light skin, pale, almost with like a bluish tint to it, and this really, really long white hair. One of them has it sort of loose, kind of hanging down, and the other has it in like a high ponytail. And you sort of watch them for a moment. One of them's kind of sitting behind the desk, on the other's on the other side, kind of leaning over it. They're not talking to each other. They're just kind of looking over some papers that are on a desk. You're muted.
We can talk telepathically. We don't have to keep doing this.
Oh yeah, I forgot. We can just talk to him. I mean, I look like one of the servants. I could say someone's looking for him. Just get him to the party.
Okay. And then maybe I use that to sneak in and rifle through their stuff.
Sure.
Okay.
Okay. Do servants just knock?
Yes. No. Yes. No. Yes.
I'll knock. It seems polite. Marta will knock.
Okay. You knock on the door. You see. No, you don't, because you're not looking through the keyhole anymore.
No.
It's not the same image to be like knocking and then looking through the keyhole again. That doesn't make any sense. You knock. You hear again silence from the other side of the room, and then you hear footsteps sort of make their way across the marble floor, and the door open, and the one figure that had the very high ponytail opens the door, sort of cocks their head to the side. Yes.
I'm sorry to interrupt, but there were a few people asking for you.
Yes, I'm sure there were. We were not to be disturbed.
Oh, well, there was something going on in the kitchens that I think they needed some help with, along with a couple of guests asking about you.
Then call the guards. I don't understand why that's any of my business.
Well, we did. They got into a bit of a kerfuffle.
Pod?
Pod uses this as an opportunity to sneak in.
Pod, you're being very dramatic over there. Go ahead, roll stealth. You have disadvantage. There's two people standing in this doorway into a well-lit room.
Okay, so it negates to just
Yeah.
regular. Okay.
You do have an inspiration too if you need it.
I do. Can I use the inspiration to give myself advantage on top of my other?
It's
advantage?
a re-roll. It's not.
It's a
advantage.
re-roll.
Yeah.
Okay.
The ones from Chatter are a free re-roll.
I'm gonna hold on to it then and stick with this die because that wasn't terrible. I am gonna use one of my psionic dice though. So it's my second one. Okay, it's a 20.
Okay. As Marta's having this conversation, you slip through the door, seemingly unnoticed. Where do you go in the room?
Is there anywhere that Pod can duck behind?
There's a
like in the entry?
few. I mean, there's a few pieces of furniture. If you kind of like made your way around the wall, you could duck behind like a chase or something.
Okay, then Pod will do that just to get out of sight while they're having this conversation.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Checking something. Checking my facts here, people. You duck around, and sort of duck behind some furniture and like a reading nook on one side of the room. The other figure, the one that did not get up, the one sort of the long, like loose hair, is still sitting behind the desk, looking over some papers. Doesn't seem to have noticed you. Do you do anything, or you just wait?
Yeah, Pod's got two things, which is sneak and stab, and I don't feel like stab is appropriate right now. Yeah. No, Pod will hold there to see what happens with Marta, and if she can convince them to leave.
Okay. So Marta, this conversation continues, and the person that is standing in the doorway sort of rolls their eyes. A kerfuffle. Great.
Mm-hmm.
Wonderful. Listen, I don't recognize you. Are you new?
Mm-hmm.
Right. Couple of things. One, we're not to be disturbed when we're in the study. I thought that was clear in the training, but apparently it's not. I'm going to have to get Venna to rewrite the manual again. Second, it's not my job to deal with kerfuffles in the kitchens. That's why I hire competent people. So I don't have to.
I see. Well, I can try to ask somebody, but the lady told me that I needed to come bug you, and I did say, they said not to go into the study, and she said it doesn't matter, this is real important. So
Which lady?
about this high, blonde hair.
That could be so many people.
Older?
It doesn't matter. What sort of kerfuffle?
Well, someone came through the back door and started trying to steal things from the kitchen.
Wonderful. Excellent.
Two guards were very, very brave, and they ran straight in, though.
Right. Do you think this is going to... This kerfuffle, do you think it will remain contained to the kitchens?
It was kind of loud. You could hear it outside.
Right. Right. What was your name?
Martin?
Martin. Wonderful, Martin. Tell you what. Temporary promotion. You stay here. Guard this door with your life. No one but me or Venna comes in or out till I get back. Good?
Good.
Good. Great. Suppose I'll have to pay you extra. Keep track of your time. I'll call it double. Right. Stay here. I'll be back. And you see her, it's your turn. She walks back into the room, taps on the desk to get who you can assume is Venna, Venna's attention, says to her, I'll be back. Don't worry. Minor kerfuffle. Venna nods, immediately goes back to what they were doing. And the other one that you were talking to turns, makes their way out of the room, shuts the door, and leaves you standing guard, leaving Pod inside. Pod.
I think you can do your thing now.
So I can stab this one.
Why don't you try knocking him out first?
Same thing.
Is it?
For me, it is, yeah, kind of.
Okay, just try not to kill him.
All right, gotcha.
As you're finish up this conversation, Pod, you hear a creak as Venna, with the ponytail, stands up from the desk. Stands there for a moment. Sort of looks, I imagine you're watching them from where you are. Looks around the room. And then makes their way over to the Chase lounge that you're hiding behind and sits down. Back to you.
internally when they just teed that up really well. Pod is going to creep up from the back of the Chase Lounge. Psychic Blade.
Okay. You just
And
summon
try-
one in your hands.
Yes.
Okay. You summon a psychic blade.
Uh-huh. And I try to stab.
You try to stab. Roll a dexterity check.
Okay. What's my modifier? That's 4. That's a 20. That's like my 4th 20 today.
Okay. You creep up behind, summon your psychic blade, and reach out lightning quick to try to stab this person. And before you can, you feel something grab your little wrists. And they've reached behind them, sort of grabbed onto your wrist, and they turn, sort of spinning around on the chase, and just sort of sit cross-legged facing you and look at you.
That was pretty neat.
They sort of squint their eyes, looking at you. Is your face visible?
No, it still has the mask.
They don't say anything, but they reach up and sort of tap like this on their face.
The mask? Do you want... I'm not going to take the mask off.
They sort of reach out and go to flip the mask off your face.
Hey, don't do that. Who are you?
There is a sigh. Does Pod know Thieves Can't?
Yes.
Venna, sitting in front of you, sort of sighs, raises her hands and starts to sign to you in Thieves Can't. Can't hear. Take the mask off.
Fine. Takes the mask off.
Thank you.
That was pretty cool.
She just sort of nods.
How'd you know I was here?
They look at you, think for a second, and then sign. Trade secret.
What are you doing here?
Living.
What's on the table?
Work.
What kind of work?
They sign to you again. You broke into my office.
Okay. You ask me a question, then I answer. Then I ask you a question, you answer.
She nods.
All right, you can go first.
Why are you in my office?
Because there are some people downstairs that are looking for you, and we want to know why. What's on the table?
Maps. Trade routes, mostly.
I have follow-up questions, but I did. That's
How'd you get in here in the first place?
Through the door. What are the trade routes for?
Family business? What's your name?
Pod. What's your family business?
Trade. Venna sort of squints at you again and continues to sign. You can be straight with me, but I can do this all night.
I snuck in when your sister opened the door.
Sure.
What do you trade?
Lots. Silks, spices, oils, mostly.
Do you know anything about the dragon cult?
Only rumors.
They're the ones that are interested in you.
And that was 2 questions.
It was more like a free answer or a question you didn't ask.
I thought that was the case.
Okay, question thing's getting old. I came in here to figure out why they're so interested in you and why they're at this party. I don't know if they're trying to assassinate you or convince you to join them.
I doubt it's either of those things.
What do you think it is?
Well, my sister is the one who invited them here in the first place.
Why?
We deal in trade. They're a caravan. Sometimes things are simple, Pod.
I don't think that anything's ever that simple. Everybody always has an angle.
You'd have to ask her.
I don't get the impression that she'd have a conversation with me. I think she'd just call the guard.
Probably.
You
She
shouldn't
was
trade.
boring when we were kids.
You shouldn't trade with them.
Why?
They're bad people.
And?
And a lot of people are going to get hurt if you do.
I think a lot of people are going to get hurt anyway.
I'm trying to make sure it's just the bad ones.
It's very noble.
I have my reasons. Like I said, everyone's got an angle. They
What's
just pissed
yours?
me off.
Oh.
They were very rude to some family and friends of mine.
Revenge?
Yeah.
I see. Well, here's the thing, Pod. this group, cult, whatever. They have a lot of expensive things. They need them to go a very long way. In this town, that's my business. So, I'm not going to turn them away.
Makes sense. What if you didn't turn them away, but you didn't help them either?
Sounds like nothing.
We're trying to figure out where they're going and why. If we knew where they were going to, then we could deal with them maybe before they even get there. So if you help us, then you can still get your contract and get your pay and all that stuff and get the shiny things that you want. But we get what we want and making sure they don't get what they want.
Jenna watches you speak, sort of cocks their head, like thinking for a second. And the signs. Who is we?
Well, there's a bunch of people, apparently, a lot more than I thought, that are actually, like, into this and trying to make sure that we, stop this cult. But, specifically, I'm trying to find the acronym that we had for this. Because I don't want to say the Rescue Brigade right now. Because I feel like that's going to ruin this. Oh, and I didn't write it down. Oh, yeah. I don't even remember what the JC... I have RBJC. I don't remember what I had the JC stand for. Does anybody remember? No.
No one has any idea what you're talking about.
I don't know.
RB was Rescue Brigade and JC was something.
Rescue Brigade.
Juice Crew?
Juice Crew.
Juice Crew.
It was Juice Crew.
It was Juice Crew.
That's it.
It was Rescue Brigade. Juice Crew.
We're the RBJC.
Should I have heard of you?
I think if you heard of us, then we wouldn't be doing our job very well.
Fair enough. I tell you what. Tiana, my twin, wants to send a wagon of our own along with this caravan. Tiana has reasons. I have reasons. But regardless of those reasons, the wagon needs guards. People to travel with it. Keep it safe. This trade route is very important to my family. You understand? So I'd have to hire people I trusted. People who would do whatever it takes. Make sense?
Yeah, that makes sense. How big is this caravan gonna be? Because if they see us, they might recognize some of us.
Not large. 2, maybe 3 wagons. Less of its own caravan and more something to be added on. Show of good faith to our cult friends.
So we're supposed to travel behind them or something.
Well, you're the experts, I suppose. That's why I'm hiring you.
How much is the pay?
I won't have you thrown in the stocks for trying to stab me in my own office.
$2,000.
1,000.
1,500.
12.
13.
12.
12.
1,200 each upon arrival.
All right. So 1,200 for me and my 4 other companions.
Sure.
Okay. I hate pods so much. You got a deal. Holds out a tiny hand.
Vanna reaches out, shakes your hand.
I guess I'll leave now. Yeah, but make arrangements or something. But should I come back here? I don't really know. Like,
No.
okay. Well, is there a place we should go and like a time?
We're finishing up arrangements tonight. Tomorrow morning, there's a carriage station. The north end of Baldur's Gate. The cult and their caravan should be gathering there, guards in tow. You can meet our wagons there. Here. And Venna sort of reaches into a jacket pocket, reaches sort of behind them somewhere onto like a side table, scribbles some things on a parchment they've pulled out, folds it, hands it to you. It's got my signature on it. Should be enough.
All right. Tucks it away. It was nice meeting you. Next time I see you, maybe show me how to do the thing that you did. That was pretty cool.
Just reflexes.
Pod like lurches again. No, it doesn't. It's like, all right, I'll go now.
Tell you what. One more thing. If you do live, make your way back to Baldur's Gate. I know some folks who might have work for people like you.
What kind of folks? What kind of people?
The kind who make a living not being seen.
Okay.
It's she sort of looks around the study. and then signs again. Quite the living.
If it's enough to keep you in a place like this, then sign me up.
Get out of my office, Pod.
Yeah, I'm gone. And now Pod vanishes.
How?
Just like ducks down behind the
Smoke bomb.
smoke bomb. Sets the chaise lounge on fire and runs away. No, just leaves through the door. What was her name again? Because I completely forgot it.
Venna.
Venna.
Her twin is Tiana.
Okay. Pod comes back out the door.
Everything good?
Yeah. We should talk with the others.
Okay.
I think
We should probably get out from this door because they're going to come back and realize that I was lying through my teeth. Yeah. Okay. Let's go.
Okay. The two of you quickly make your way sort of back down the hallway. Slip out into the
Go behind a
entrance,
pillar, turn back
right?
into herself, and
Of course. And then make your way back into the party to meet up with your friends. Leo and Gladness. Any shenanigans while they were gone?
Well, Leo came back and from Mouse, right?
Yes.
Yep.
Did we go over what you told? Did you tell Glad anything? I don't remember.
Just was like nothing really happened. I mean, they just kind of agreed to talk business later or something like that. I don't know.
Boring.
Yeah. Do you want to dance?
Sure.
Okay.
Let's dance.
You know what that means.
The wall.
I just like this a lot. I don't want to get a lot out of it because I don't think it's going to come up again. You dance. A nice waltz. Anything else?
I am looking to see if Oren can see us dancing.
Oh, sure. Oh, yeah.
I give him a I like wink at him like an asshole.
He's just like all smiles. You know those people who their smile just like doesn't quite reach their eyes?
Uh-huh.
You can tell.
Sociopaths. Sorry, what?
He's grumpy.
Like glaring daggers, but still has a smile on. Thing.
Please
Yeah.
tell me about hand to lower back placement.
Oh, it's like the danger zone. It's like slow. It's like a slow movement down there. And if Leo's like at any point in time, if Leo's like, "What are you doing?" He'd be like, "Sorry," and like move it back up.
Danger zone. Leo?
That's everything I needed. Thank you.
I think Leo like gives Glad a look, but doesn't say anything.
He's like, "What?"
You have a nice waltz. I assume you're both very good at dancing.
Yeah.
It's wonderful. People watch little sort of golf claps when the waltz is over. Sort of take the stage a little bit. And as you leave the dance floor, after you've sort of made your way back into the crowd, Gladness, someone steps in front of you, and you sort of bump into them a little bit, and they sort of turn towards you, looking up. This person is probably like much shorter than you, a little taller than Pod, maybe like 3.5 feet tall, gnome sized, if you will. She is wearing a silver mask with sort of a long beak. It looks like a heron. You know what those look like. And a matching sort of silver dress. She's got this gold, like blonde hair that is kind of tied up in an updo. And she steps out in front of you. You bump into her, and she's, oh my gosh, I'm so sorry.
Oh, that's not a problem. I'm so sorry. Or did you? I didn't. Were you going this way?
It's fine. I'm a little clumsy. Actually, I think I might have these shoes. You know, could you help me to a table over there, please?
Leo will be right back. And sure.
I'm sorry. Who are you?
Oh, just. Why do you ask?
Oh, because I don't think we've met.
No, we haven't. I just accidentally ran into your boyfriend here.
Oh, we're not dating.
Great. I don't care.
Great.
For the record, I haven't met her either. She needed to go.
You hear a huff, and she, clearly not injured or bothered at all, sort of takes a step in towards both of you. So she is very close. Listen, idiots, you've been made. Follow me, please. And she steps back. I really, really appreciate it. I'm so sorry. I'm just so clumsy.
Yeah, no problem. We'll get that. We'll get that spill off of you right away. Come on, Leo. Come on, Leo.
I'm coming.
Where do you go?
Follow her.
She kind of like, since you said a spill, changing the bit that she was doing, she sort of puts like an arm kind of in front of her dress, like she's covering something up, and starts to make her way towards the grand staircase. Makes her way up and kind of out into the entrance hall with the two of you following, sort of towards the doors that lead off to the kitchens. Marta and Pod around this time have sort of made their way out, so you can all reconvene.
Hey, who's this?
I don't know. Who are you?
Subtle.
Sorry.
Subtle, really. The point was the four of you need to leave?
Got that. I want to know why you care and what your name is.
She puffs again, kind of looks around, looks at Marta and Pod sort of looks at you, and you can see she's got this big mask on, sort of squints at you for a second, like almost like she's trying to figure out where she knows you from. Don't know why it's so important to you. Yana.
Yeah. No bells. Mostly just important because if somebody is after us and trying to kill us, it would be really silly to just trust anybody.
Well, who said anything about someone trying to kill us?
Oh, someone's trying to kill us.
Oh, someone's always trying to kill you.
Usually people aren't trying to kill me.
Might be now.
Well, Marta, they are now.
How you know my name?
Pretty much everyone here does. You tell everyone right away.
Oh.
We had fake names, didn't we?
Well, mine went out the door when Oron was here because he knows me. And Leo's
I
went out the
kinda
door because
forgot.
Oron was here.
She sort of like pats you on the arm a little bit, Marta, and is like, "It's okay. You're new. It happens."
Right. Don't use your real name. Got it.
So, do the two of you want to dump excuses on me too, or can we go?
No, we should go. I think we have what we need here.
Right. Give me 30 seconds. You see her sort of back up towards the door that leads to the kitchens. Look around, pop it open, slip in. About 20 seconds later, you see the door sort of creak open just a little bit, and looking through, you see the same set of eyes, but in a now like hood and cowl that's covering part of her face, the same gnome, just you follow her through the kitchens. Just act like you belong. Everything will be fine. Tiana was down here earlier, which is fucking weird, but who knows what she's up to these days.
Oh, I told her there was someone having a big fight in the kitchen.
Why?
So she'd
So-
leave?
Leave.
Her
Our
office.
Oh. No shit.
Mm-hmm.
That worked.
Yeah, she left.
Apparently.
All right. Good job, Marta.
Thanks. I kind of used the plot of a novel that I used to read with Baz. Never mind.
Cool. Well, good work. Excellent. We're going to go out the back patio. You're going to pretend like you belong here, and I'm going to act like no one sees me.
But we do see you.
Pretend like you don't.
Oh.
Good job. You're great at this. And she leads you sort of very quickly out the one of the back doors of the kitchen onto a back patio. Sort of hops over the low dividing fence. Just starts to leave.
Follows.
Yeah, I follow.
She makes her way sort of a bit away from the estate and kind of loops back around toward the drive where the carriages were initially dropping you off. And then she turns, sort of the only thing you can see is her these like blue eyes behind the hood and the couch. Like, so you should go. Don't really care where. Back home, probably wherever it is you came from. Stop whatever it is you're doing, and don't get murdered. Okay, have fun. See you later.
Wait a
hold
minute.
on.
We can't do that. We got work to do.
And who sent you?
Me, I did.
You sent you. Okay, and how? Where are you? Why?
I can't believe this. I do something out of the goodness of my heart to try to keep four innocent goofballs, mostly innocent, some of you way more so than others, I would say, from getting murdered by weird dragon worshippers. And you want to just stand here and question me?
So you
in
know
a
about the
stranger's
dragon
driveway.
cult?
That's fine. Yes, I know about the dragon cult. Yes. Who do you think made you?
The dragon cult?
Yeah.
It's most likely because we've already infiltrated the dragon cult and got out unscathed once.
Wouldn't
I think
call
we
this
could-
unscathed, pal.
We did it once. We got away.
Good. Good for you. And what did we learn from that experience?
Don't use your real name.
Good. See, someone's listening.
So you're doing this by yourself. To what end? What are you trying to do?
Keep you from getting killed, mostly.
That is
What's
a very
it to
specific
you?
job to have.
What's it to me is I would like for these dragon assholes to not be killing anybody. So I'm starting with you four, which was apparently a misguided attempt.
We also want them to not be killing anybody, but I think we're working on a much larger scale, meaning not anybody, which means we have to take some kind of risk.
Cool. Yeah. Can I give you some advice? Just sort of spinning some off the dome a little bit. If you've met the higher ups of a cult in person, and they've seen your face, and they know your name, and they've talked to you, maybe don't then escape and then show back up later looking exactly the same and using the same name and talk to them, or ask them to dance at a party. Or, just generally exist in the same room. I don't know. I don't want to target anybody. But it's
see
something
where
that I
made
feel
that
like
mistake now.
So are you a member of a specific dragon cult hating club or something? Like,
No, I am a member of a club who doesn't want a cult, who worships dragons to ruin my countryside. Is that enough?
which one?
Oh, you're one of those Harper folks, right?
Oh, God, no.
Oh.
Well, you're not one of the shiny oven mitt ones.
No.
So you're really just you.
Which one is it? There are others?
There are a lot of clubs. I don't know
Clubs
what to
are
tell you.
trying to work around with the cult.
Okay, listen. I don't know how the four of you ended up in this. I really don't. I thought maybe, once we talked and everything, I would understand it. I'm actually starting to understand it less, if I'm being honest.
It's actually a really funny story. So we were going toward this village called Gladness, and then we saw like all these people like getting like attacked and stuff, and there was fire and a dragon. And then then glad tell her what the name you came up with. It was real good.
Mm-mm.
It was really good.
She probably knows it.
The Rescue Brigade.
Yeah.
Yeah, that one.
Yeah.
So anyway, ever since we've been kind of working together and just trying to make sure that people don't get killed by the cult.
That's, Marta, that's very noble. And I appreciate that. I really do. But I'm gonna need to ask you guys to step off again.
It's not gonna happen.
Okay.
Yeah. If you know how big of idiots we are, you'll know that we don't listen to anybody but ourselves.
I thought I knew. I really did.
I don't think we're big idiots.
We're kind of big
We're all
idiots.
We're
very
kind of
smart.
idiots.
Just a
You could
little
be a
bit.
smart idiot.
Yeah.
Okay. Here we go. Pitch it to me.
Pitch what?
None of you have ever been in a job interview? Pitch yourself to me right now. Why should I let you keep doing this?
All right.
We're gonna work real hard and we're not gonna stop until it's done.
Promising.
We've
First
already
things. Go.
we've already
Group
dealt with them.
communication could use some work, okay?
Unfortunately, it always seems like there's a slight delay in the things we're saying to each
It's
other.
really
so we
weird.
tend to talk over each other.
Yeah, you get used to it.
We've dealt with them a couple of times already, and we haven't been killed yet. so track record is looking pretty good.
Yes, we know a lot about him already.
Okay.
We do. We have some dirt on them. And to Pod's point, we've been real up close and personal with a few of them and may not be unscathed, but we have not been killed. There is some reason for that. I know cults, and I know maybe this one. They don't just let people live.
All right. What about you, Ginger?
Well, I just think it's really interesting, and we have some personal stakes in the matter, because of some stuff that we did, and yeah, I know it's really convincing, but
all right. I don't have the authority or the wherewithal or the general want or need to do this. But I'm going to do it anyway. You're hired.
Right. What are we doing?
You broke into the Bell's study. And some of you have been all around that dance floor, listening, watching. I seen you. They have a caravan, right? They're sending carts with the cult north.
Yeah, I hadn't really gotten to that yet, but yep.
Okay, spill it.
I don't see why that's any of your business. You haven't really explained much to us about why we need to convince you of anything.
It's my business, Pod, because your team of 4 just became my team of 4.
That's not how this works.
Are you joining the Rescue Brigade Juice crew?
Sure. Call me an external hire. With what you know, and with what I know, we're going to get on that caravan. We're going to see exactly where they're going and what they're taking. And we're going to intervene.
Why do we need you? We already have all this without you.
Because I do know exactly who it is, who's out to kill you, who made you and why, what they know about you, and I can tell them where to find you. Or we could be friends because we're on the same side, right?
I feel like friends
That
don't
sounds
threaten one
like
another.
entrapment.
I don't know. You guys fight an awful lot. I'm sorry, what?
That sounds like entrapment.
I don't speak Elvish.
Okay, fine. So you hired us. How much you paying us?
Once we interfere. Yeah, they got a lot of shiny stuff on that caravan. 10% or whatever I take.
There's 5 of us.
And?
One of you.
Yeah, we should split it 5 ways.
Yeah, except I'm your boss now, I think.
Before you become our boss, what's your name? Did she? What was it?
I know
Yana,
she told
never mind.
Gladness and Leo.
Oh, it was
She said it.
Yana.
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 It was Yana. Never mind. I literally wrote it down, but I don't think that Sid knew, but she didn't. Never mind. Continue.
It's not important. You can call me Yana.
Okay.
Is that what you want? 50-50 split?
Yeah.
We'll call it good for now. We can negotiate terms further on later. If things change, if, in arrangements like these, there might always be extra things that are bad that I can't remember the word for that can happen.
Oh, I thought you were going to say benefits, and I was just going to let you know up front, you're not really my type.
No.
Oh, wow, you don't have to be rude.
Hey, I'm not your type.
Well, that doesn't mean you have to be rude.
None of us are gnomes. What?
No, Marta. It means
I mean,
that
I
she
don't
doesn't-
want to sleep with him.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Oh, that's what that means.
See, I like this one. Always learn. Taking notes. So, you in, you out. I did sort of keep you from getting murdered.
Allegedly.
Yeah.
You want to go
But
back in
sure.
and find out? Smart guy?
No,
No.
it's fine. It's
Why
late.
am I from Jersey now? You want to go back in? Find out? Smart guy?
I'm good.
So you're from the north then? You sound like
Yeah,
you're
how'd
from
you
my
know?
neck of the woods.
How'd you know?
The accent sort of gave it away. I know. a
I'm
few
doing it
people
now. You asked
that
for
are-
it.
that are from your area.
Oh, yeah, I got a lot of cousins up there.
Are any of them kobolds?
Probably.
You know one named Zoe or Laura?
Wouldn't tell you if I did, bud.
Okay.
So, are you in? Or are you in? Because I got work to do. And
Yeah. We're in.
if you want to, listen, if you want to leave it here, I understand. But I got shit to steal and cultists to stop. And maybe a dragon or two to see. So,
I'm in.
that's one.
I'm
It,
in.
sound,
Two.
it sounds like
all
you're going to
right.
screw us over if we say no. So yeah, we're in.
Of course I am. Three. Marta.
Literally said that if we don't do what you say, then you're gonna go tell everybody where we are, so we die. So,
No, you might get
Yes.
away. You did before, right?
well, everybody else is in, so guess I am too.
Great. Wonderful. She pats you on the arm, Marta. You'll grow to love me. So, caravan guards, or somebody disguises themselves as a merchant, or we stow away on the bottom of the way. No, that won't work. Marta's way too tall for
No,
that.
we've got a caravan we've got a wagon that we're gonna be that Venna has given us to guard or transport.
Oh, big time then. I like it.
You're not getting paid for that part of it. That's ours.
No.
I negotiated for the four of us only.
I would never.
All right. For the rest of you, it's 1,000 gold pieces each.
Insight check. I rolled a plus. Let's see.
That's literally Pod's gonna get 3,000 because
I
they
know.
negotiated for an extra cut for themselves, and they're taking 200 from each of us.
I
Come
never
on,
trust Pod when it's about
Come
money.
on, Pod.
That's a 21.
0.
Pod, how much was it really?
1,200 each.
Okay.
Fine. Got me. 1,200 for the four of us.
For the record, Glad doesn't trust Pod as far as he can throw him. So, I'm sorry.
No, it's fine. Y'all should inside check Pod. I'm going to keep going and pushing this until somebody calls Pod out.
Marta is never going to do an insight check.
Never, ever.
Ever.
She
So
wouldn't
it's
dare.
not going to be Marta.
Pod's already making money every session by pickpocketing people, so
Yeah.
just rank it in.
And Pod has also skimmed us a couple times already.
Several times already.
Yeah.
Okay, no, but we divided all that evenly in the end.
We did. That's true. We did when we went shopping, divided evenly. So in the end, it came out in the wash. But
All right. So Yana sort of looks around at all of you and says, "So, you almost died tonight. Drinks?"
that feels like a common occurrence. Yeah, drinks.
I don't drink, but I'll have juice.
That's where the juice club part comes from.
That's where the juice comes.
I get it now.
I'll drink, but you're buying.
All right. We got work to do. Follow me. I know a place. And she leads you back a little ways, a little bit of a walk, back into Baldur's Gate. That is where we're going to have to end our session for tonight. Well, a lot happened, huh?
You say that every time.
Like a lot. But like this time it was a lot.
Mhm.
Thanks everybody for hanging out with us. I know Chad says no, but I say yes. We've already gone a little bit late, later than I said we would. Wanted to get to a point, and look at that. We got to where we wanted to get to. I'm so proud of all of us. We've done a great job here, and it's just really great. I'm so proud of all of you.
I hate this character.
I'm so it's just the kobold I was doing a couple of sessions ago. I'm so proud of all of you. You like my full of kobolds in a trench coat. Let's do stars and wishes before I get stuck in that voice forever. It sneaks up on me. It really does. Yeah, let's do stars and wishes so I don't have to talk for a second. Because my voice is tired. Who wants to go?
My star goes to Pod for simultaneously keeping the progression of the plot going while descending into complete and utter chaos. Well done. My wish is for a ridiculous disguise scene before we hit the caravan, because we really have to do that up like hardcore.
Can you trick them a third time?
My star goes to Glad for insight checking Pod. So I didn't have to sit there being guilty for skimming money from the party. Well,
My favorite thing is when Val says some ridiculous shit and I can just see Sam ready to go insight check. It's very good.
And my wish. Oh boy. I don't know. I think my wish is just to see where all these secrets end up. Like, we've got there's so many questions out there. There's names that's been thrown out. I know Pod had a name drop that Gladys connection to, and I haven't found a way to work that in yet, and just to see all these secrets bubble up to the surface.
Awesome.
I'll go. My star goes to Marta for just dancing with the villain. Just walking right up. who
Giving her real
definitely
name.
has seen Marta before.
Super seen Marta before. It was so.
It was very cute.
It was the ballsiest thing that I think a player has ever done under me.
It was very good.
She was like, "Yeah, this is good. This is fine."
And my wish, I don't know.
Well, last time you asked me for an airship heist, so like I don't
did.
know what else you could possibly want.
It's like an airship. That's all I want. I still
I
want an
want a
airship.
hippopotamus for Christmas.
A second airship.
2 airships. No, 1 airship is fine. In seriousness though, I don't know. I want some like road trip shenanigans on this caravan.
Okay. I like it. Who hasn't gone?
Me.
Morgan. Morgan.
My star also goes to Marta for the same thing because I just liked it a lot. And then my wish is for Drosa to come back because I love him.
Oh, we know you do.
Yeah, you do. Ayo.
I think I can facilitate all of those things, as well as I've got like a backlog of wishes. Don't worry, guys. We'll get to it. Don't worry. I'm very excited about a lot of these. Okay, well that is where I had a thought, but it's a thought for next time. So for now, we're going to, sorry, I just narrate everything that happens to me all the time. You know this, I live on the internet. That is where we're gonna leave it for today. I kept you a little bit late. I'm sorry. I think I just perpetually apologize every week because we go late. Sorry. But yeah, thanks everybody for hanging out tonight. Thanks for all those chat redemptions and everything. We love them. They're so exciting. Hold on, if you didn't use your inspiration for the chat, hold on to those. We'll let those roll over for whenever you want to use them. We will be back 1 week from today, next Monday the 20th. We'll be, as far as I know, back at our 8 o'clock start time, unless something comes up. If something comes up, we'll let you guys know. Obviously, check our Twitter, check our Discord, all that good stuff. But as far as we stand right now, 8 o'clock p.m. Eastern time, next Monday, right here on Ggameknights. Coming up this week, we're going to be streaming every single day. It's very exciting. And we got Tabletop Tuesdays tomorrow. We've got our special sort of off-week episode of Star Power on Wednesdays. That's going to be sort of early in the evening. I think at 6:30 Eastern time is when we're starting that. So keep an eye out for that. We're getting back into Star Power. It's been a little bit, and we're trying to keep that going while the holidays are sort of ruining all of our schedules. And then the rest of the week, we've got Elegant Creatures premiering on Thursday. Also extremely exciting. We're playing Urban Shadows with some Good Society mixed in. And then Friday, Saturday, Sunday, you know them, you love them. Neon Souls, Mistborn, and Slaying 201. So hang out with us on Twitter, Discord, subscribe to our YouTube. You can find all of our old stuff because we've been doing this since like 2017, some of us at this point. So you want to see some really old shit, go to our YouTube. Would I recommend it? But we had fun doing it. No, it's great. Subscribe to our YouTube, join our Discord, all that good stuff. Anybody want to plug anything before we go away, before I release you from my iron grasp for the evening? All right, so follow all of these fine folk on mostly Twitter, some on Instagram, and other places. Some of us here on Twitch as well. We will see you tomorrow for Tabletop Tuesdays. This group will see you Friday and then Monday. But until then, good game and good night, Internet.